Guys, I finally did it. Oh man, I have been saying for like how many months now that I'm gonna be doing weeklies of One Piece, My Hero, and Doctor Stone, and every week I was like, I'll do it next week. I'll do it next week. I'll do it next week. But here we are. I finally did it. A couple days late. I'm really trying to have these out on I think Sunday. I forget the exact release dates, but you know what? Beggars can't be choosers. I'm getting it out. Hopefully I'm able to continue like getting them out at a reasonable time, but I'm here now. Anyway, what chapter is this? Chapter 300. Wow. It's been a journey. Chapter 300 of My Hero Academia, Boku no Hero. And let's get into it. So, this chapter honestly was a real tearjerker. I'm so blown because so much has happened in the last several chapters, and I've wanted to talk about it every week. Like don't get me wrong, I've read the chapters, I just haven't done a video on them. But from Deku developing his black whip and his float, and we have Toya being Dabi, which we all knew that was as obvious as Obito being Toby. So nothing there, but reveals nonetheless are really nice. We had the really dope backstory with Hawks. We had the backstory with Endeavor's family. So much has gone on. My boy Deku put in work. I forget what happened to him. Not forget what happened to him, but I'm pretty sure he's severely injured. So I can't wait till we get back to him, because I really want to know what's going on with him. Cause geez, man, they keep telling him, hey man, you can't can't go this hard. You can't go this ham. Otherwise you're not gonna be able to, superhero anymore. And he's like, I got you. And then, I got to, and then just does it anyway. And that's what we love and respect about Deku. But at the same time, oof, bro, please take care of yourself. But he didn't have much of a choice, as we all saw. So much going on. All for one. Jeez, that's actually scary. So it looks like my boy is having his body taken over Orochimaru style. So I'm really interested in that. So anyway, just so much happened, and unfortunately I didn't get to talk about it. And maybe if I can get some of my motivation up, I'll go back. I doubt it, because I was gonna do a whole thing with Dr. Stone too, a catch up thing with that, and I was just like, down the road. For right now, I'm just gonna try to focus on making sure I get these releases out every week. I also want to do some videos where I talk about so I've said this in a couple of videos, but for anyone new, I'm really into isekais. I'm a isekai whore. I don't know, they just really they really get to me personally. I can really relate to a lot of the characters. I love broke MCs. I like struggling MCs, but for the most part, I like broke MCs who show up in that. It's kind of, and anyway, long story short, I've been watching a fuck ton of isekais, and so I was thinking about doing either reviews on the first episodes of them, doing general synopsis of them. I'm reading a webtoon right now. It's not an isekai. It's called Unordinary. If you guys have heard of it, please let me know in the comments. Very interesting comic, so that's something I want to talk about. Anyway, back to the focus of this video, My Hero Academia. This was a very tear-jerking episode. So just a brief recap, the aftermath of the fight, things have not settled down, but that's over, and it's left this air of distrust, and all these villains pretty much think they can do whatever they want. We even saw a clip of what's his name, Stain. Was that Stain? I thought Stain was dead. But yeah, but basically we open up and we find out that basically the world has been thrown into chaos without a number one hero, and without a symbol of hope and peace. A lot of the villains just feel like, well, we can do whatever we want. A lot of the heroes are just feeling outclassed, unappreciated, And it's really sad because, honestly, I like the representation of this because in real life, this is how it goes. Humans, we're kind of scumbags. I'm not gonna lie, we're kind of scummy, and we are always willing to take out our pain, our anger, our resentment on the people trying to help us out the most. The people that actually are like trying to like, do good for us. We do have a tendency to chastise them, berate them because, we can. As humans, we sometimes have a sense of entitlement. And I feel like in this era with quirks and you have to, go through all this licensing and basically it's like this. This is, and by the way, I don't want anyone to take this as me like being like, you know, yay cops, because there are some scumbag cops out there. But it's like when a situation happens and you feel like the police didn't do their job, and you berate them and whatever. Now, this is slightly different. This is fantasy, and like for the most part, a lot of these heroes are generally good people, trying to look out for the world. But like I said, when you have a source like that that's easy to like cast your blame on, like this is the course of events that's gonna occur. But yeah, we open up with this this one dude who I guess has some kind of sanitizing power, Wash, and he's showing up, but he shows up too late to help all these people. Also, by the way, one of the villains, the original villain that showed up, I legit thought it was Bakugo. I was like, did Bakugo like turn? Which, by the way, speaking of Bakugo, I love his name. I love his name. It's Dynamite. That's it's beautiful. It's a perfect representation of his powers. He keys in the All Might aspect of it. I think it's a perfect name, and not only that, it just gives me a lot of excitement for Deku's real name, because like I don't think he can be a hero with the name Deku, but we'll see. But it makes me realize that the author has been thinking about these names, and this one was a 10 out of 10 name for him. I'm excited for the career of Dynamite. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Real tearjerker of an episode of or chapter, I'm sorry. And just, the world has, fallen into chaos, descended into chaos. Just everyone is resentful against heroes. Everyone is upset. All our favorite characters are injured a lot. We have heroes retiring left and right. There's a hero in particular. He looks like a rooster. I forgot his name, but basically he's like, I'm falling on my sword, I'm giving up. And the sad part about that is, he's made lots of money. He's well out of his prime, basically, and he's the number 9 hero. And like, he's one of those people that could have retired at any point, but he legitimately loved his job, right? And so this man legitimately loved helping people, legitimately loved like, saving people. And now like in a world turned against him, it's not something he enjoys or appreciates doing anymore, and he's stepping down. And instead of, people being, understanding about that, being compassionate about that, they're like, screw you, fuck you. And I'm like, dude, first of all, this is an old ass motherfucker. Like, come on, bro. Everyone deserves a break. Everyone deserves retirement. There's a whole generation of up and coming heroes to take over. Even though, like I said, during the course of events right now, it seems like superheroism is at an all-time low. But like, I don't think this is the cause to get mad at him. I'm not gonna lie, it does suck. This is a time where we need heroes more than ever. But if between the way civilians are treating the heroes, and the fact that like we are seeing Nomus and other really high tier villains come through, that like, all I'm saying is, if I watched if All Might's not around anymore, right? And then Endeavor, the next in line, number 1 hero, got washed, right? This is the second time he got washed. And I'm not trying to be a dick here. Like, I love Endeavor. So, all right, that's a lie. I don't like Endeavor. But I'm talking about, like, as a hero, like, if I didn't know about all his, other, like, personality traits and all that, as a hero, I think he was a great hero, and he tried his best. But, he got washed that first time by the Nomu, had to put everything he had into that and barely won. And then this time, he barely, like, if it wasn't for Deku and the combined forces of everyone, which once again is what a hero's supposed to do, they didn't stand a chance. And so, like, I think they got spoiled, right? I think they got spoiled. I think, when you see the GOAT, which is All Might, just easily able to handle any adversity, any adversity, and then he eventually retires, and then, his replacement isn't even able to, like, the first big major danger since All Might's retirement, he's not really able to hold his own. Then there's another even bigger event not able to hold his own. It's demoralizing. You're scared. You're worried, you're concerned. And, like, I totally get that fear that's going on right now. And, like, the My Hero Academia universe is in a scary scary place right now. It's a very scary place, and I love the direction they're going with this, and I would love to see, like, what comes of it. One of the saddest parts in this entire chapter for me, just really honestly, like, it hit me like a ton of bricks, was there's a statue of All Might, and it says, "You're not here." Bruh. Like, I'm not, like, being dramatic or whatever. Like, it honestly, that scene really, really impacted me, because, like, that's rough. Like, basically for all the reasons I just said earlier, like, his whole spiel was coming in with a smile, reassuring everyone around him. Like, that's why he smiles all the time. He's not some dumbass. He's not some, like, he comes in, you see someone smiling, and it's supposed to assuage you. It's supposed to reassure you. It's supposed to let you know that, like, hey, like, I got this. Like, you see this smile? I'm not frowning because I'm not concerned, because we got this. Like, All Might was a multifaceted hero. Like, it wasn't just about his strength. It was about his entire demeanor. It's about everything he represented and how he let people see him. As you all know, this is primarily for now, a One Piece channel. Only a One Piece channel for now, just because it's my favorite, and, like, it's easy to motivate myself to make videos about it. But eventually, I'm going to branch out into a plethora of other anime, manga, cartoons, comics, media, etc. But it reminds you of Katakuri in a way, right? Where Katakuri only let his family see him as this strong, stoic figure, right? Never fallen on back, not even to sleep. And so it's been like that with All Might, right? He's only ever let people see him as this tremendous figure because he had to. In order to be the symbol of, peace, the symbol of hope, he has to be stronger than everyone else. And it's just a sad reality, because, like, one thing I've noticed about anime and manga and just everything in life in general is it doesn't matter if you're good or bad. It's about, can you assert your will? Can you assert your will? Like, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how good or bad Luffy is. It's, are you stronger than whoever has the reins of on the world? It's a sad reality, and, like, it makes you think, like we go with it because, it's like, I agree with this person's morals, I agree with the way this person goes about things, but at the end of the day, most things are getting done through power. Now, people make fun of Naruto because of his talk no jutsu, right? But, like, at the end of the day, when that doesn't work, what does Naruto have to do? He has to throw down hands. Because at the end of the day, talk no jutsu doesn't work without fist no jutsu. And that's a sad reality. And so, like, this chapter really, really, just really did its job of making you feel what everyone in this universe is going through right now. The hopelessness, the insecurity, the resentment, the grief. And so I really, really am excited to see where the author goes from this. I want to see what happened to Deku. Oh, I'm super excited about Lemillion. I was supposed to say that earlier when I was talking about, like, all the things I've been missing. Lemillion's back. Eri-chan, I want to see how much she's developed her powers. So there's just so much to look forward to. We also have the fact that Deku has other powers to learn and master. Obviously, he's going to be fine, but I wouldn't put it past the mangaka to, something had to have come out of it. He couldn't have gotten out of this, like, he's back to 100%. Like, there's going to be some kind of penalty told here. And so that's what I'm looking forward to. I know Deku will be fine, but what will he have lost? What will he have suffered? That's pretty much it. The last part of the chapter cracked me up. It was Endeavor finally giving into his emotions, finally realizing how like his actions, like what, like how his actions have come into play and like caused a lot of what occurred to occur. And he's realizing that not only is a lot of this his fault, he's realizing a lot of things right now. He's realizing that a lot of this is his fault, that he wasn't strong enough to handle the situation, that he, even if he could, can't harm his child, especially not another time after everything he's done to him. And so it's just all kind of weighing down on him, and he's just in a hospital. He's helpless, and like, this was the number 2 hero for a lot of the time. He's the number 1 hero now, and now for him to just be helpless, tied up to a bed, it's just, it's pathetic. It's pathetic and sad for him. And then on top of that, the thing that cracked me up the most is Shoto comes in, and he's just like he sees Endeavor crying and immediately leaves. And then if that's not funny enough, because that right there was a funny gag in and of itself, he like literally is telling everyone by the door that Endeavor is crying. And I know, and so this is funny for several reasons. For one, because I know Endeavor is freaking out because he's like, what the fuck? Like, I'm the number 1 hero. I'm Endeavor. My whole like spiel, my whole identity, my whole persona is I go hard. Like I know, bitch, I'm stoic. Like I'm that dude, right? And like for someone to see him crying, someone see him weak, like I really think that's, he's like, what the fuck. I also know he's probably mad, like, come on, Shoto, like keep it to yourself. But the one thing that you might not think of is how that looks to Shoto and his family, because all they've ever seen Endeavor as is this big, just oppressive bully that has ruined their life, that has been super hard on them, has been tough on them. And I don't think any member of their family has ever seen him show emotion, let alone cry. Well, emotion outside of anger, right? And so for Shoto to walk in on him crying, explaining emotion, like I'm sure that like that shook him to his core. And he probably has multiple feelings about that too. He probably has anger. He's like, what are you crying about? Like, this is a lot of this is you've caused this. But he's also scared, like, oh my God, if like the strongest person I know is this shook, like this is super real. So all in all, phenomenal chapter. I'm very excited to see what happens next. I'm just scrolling through to see if I missed anything else. By the way, yeah, it does look like that Stain. I forgot what happened to Stain. I thought he got like killed or something. I'll double check that and maybe mention something before. But oh yeah, I forgot. I have to talk about the end. My favorite. So I really love how is it the mom or the sister? The mom comes in, and she just has no sympathy, bro. She has no sympathy, and I rocks with her. I rocks with her. I feel her. I feel everything she's feeling right now. Cause like, I don't know, say you have an abusive husband or spouse or significant other, right? And they've treated you terrible your entire relationship together. And then finally they're in a position where they're not, oppressive. They're not superior to you. They're at their weakest. It's like Diary of a Mad Black Woman, if you've ever seen that movie, where like this abuser is finally like he got crippled and now like she's the one in power. And like one of my favorite scenes when she pushes him down the staircase. But yeah, basically like she's an empowered woman now, and like enough is enough. And like she's seeing how like not only has this affected her family, but like what he's done is now affecting the world. And she's like, I don't give 2 fucks about your heart right now. Like, what about all our hearts? You didn't care about anything you were doing while you were doing it. Now you only care about the consequences of it. And I couldn't be any more like on her side. And it's funny too, because like I'm looking at it right now, just right now, and I'm seeing that she's holding a flower. And like, despite being as upset as she is, like if that flower's for Endeavor, like that really just shows the kind of personality, the kind heart that she is. Ironic enough, because she has the ice powers, you think we should be cold-hearted. I love that kind of symbolism. By the way, Endeavor has heat, and the wife is cold, but she has the warmest heart. Meanwhile, Endeavor has the coldest. That's like I like that a lot. So anyway, I'll leave my chapter review there. Tell me, what are you excited for? Yeah. What are you guys excited for coming up? What do you most look forward to? What do you hope doesn't happen? What students have you not seen in a while that you would like to see? What do you think is the next step in the series? What do you think All for One is going to do? And yeah, just let me know all your thoughts and feelings on this. Anyway, signing out. Thank you for tuning into Otaku Talk with OD. And I will see you not even next week, in a couple days when One Piece drops. Peace.